It's what makes everything possible with them here at the aquarium. I would love to introduce you to the seals and to their trainers. So we have two male harbor seals joining us today. Their names are Hermes and Vinci. And today they are working with their trainers, Charlotte and Melissa. So let's give the seals and the trainers a big welcoming round of applause. As I mentioned before, what we're going to be discovering today is that the relationship that the trainers develop with these seals makes everything possible with them here. And what you might see here today is the trainers asking the seals to show them different parts of their bodies, whether that might be the inside of their mouths, or their stomachs, or one of their flippers. And this gives the trainers the opportunity to look the seals over for anything unusual. They're looking for any new cuts or scratches or nicks that might have appeared on their bodies. And if they do happen to notice something of concern, we have an on-site veterinary team who can always come on in and take a closer look at them. And this really goes to show that healthcare is our top priority here at the aquarium. We also have the opportunity to do some more advanced husbandry behaviors or healthcare behaviors with the seals. Things like taking voluntary blood samples as an example. So there are lots of different ways that we can work to make sure that these seals are very healthy inside and out, and that is made possible with the relationship that the trainers have with these seals. Another important aspect of training is providing these seals with lots of physical and mental exercise. And so you might get to see some higher energy behaviors today from the seals, like this tail walk, for example, which would actually take quite a lot of energy for the seals to actually do that behavior. And you might get to see some leash or something else at some point today as well. And those forms of, those higher energy behaviors are a great form of physical exercise for these seals, just like maybe you'd like to go for runs or go to the gym or play a game of basketball, something like that. And so those are ways that we can keep ourselves physically fit and healthy. That's important for these seals as well. They also have quite amazing cognitive abilities, and so we need to provide them with some mental stimulation also. And that's why there are sometimes new things that appear in their habitat, such as a red pineapple, something that they're not used to seeing every day, and that just provides some mental stimulation for them. They also are learning new behaviors on a very regular basis with their trainers, and that helps to keep them mentally active, just like when we learn new things. Our minds are working and learning. That's really important for keeping our minds healthy. So these are ways that the trainers can ensure that the seals are getting that mental exercise as well. So training, it starts out with the relationship that the trainers develop with these seals, and that's what makes it possible for us to ensure that they're healthy in all those ways. But how exactly does it happen? Here at the aquarium, we have something called operant conditioning, which includes positive reinforcement in order to train the seals. And yes, the positive reinforcement can come in the form of rounds of applause, so feel free to offer that to the seals whenever you would like. There's another form of reinforcement that the trainers are using here today. Can anybody tell me what that is?
Fish.
I think I heard fish, and you got it, yes. And they do receive very high quality seafood throughout their training sessions as well. And that is a kind of reinforcement that the trainers can use. You might also hear the trainers saying something like good or good job, and that also is reinforcement for them. So just like we might find lots of things reinforcing, whether that be chocolate cake or seeing a movie or hanging out with a friend, there are things that are other than food that the trainers can offer the seals to provide them with that reinforcement. And from there, the training is certainly a step-by-step process. It involves little steps that are called successive approximations, and we do then pair hand or vocal signals with those various behaviors, and over time, through that step-by-step process, the seals come to recognize that, yeah, that behavior is associated with that hand signal or vocal signal, and the process continues. So that's a little bit about how training happens here and why it starts out with the relationship that the trainers develop develop with the seals. But from there, we also have the opportunity through training these seals here at the aquarium to have them voluntarily participate in research behaviors. And as we learn more about them, we're able to protect them more effectively out of the ocean. I'm wondering if any of you have ever seen harbor seals out of the ocean before. I expect probably quite a few of you, and you can even watch for them around Stanley Park. They make regular appearances. You'll see their heads poking out of the water often. And what we know is that harbor seals are part of our ecosystem here in British Columbia. But we're still learning more about the role that they play in our ocean ecosystems. And so we are doing research